Hi, my name is Patrick Reagan. In Part 6, Managing Printers in Windows discusses how to install and connect to local printers and network printers for Windows 10 and 11. In addition, discusses the configuring printer properties, managing the print queue, and print spooler service. As always, stick around for the practice questions at the end to test your knowledge and help you prepare for the A+ exam. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to click the like button. And if you have not already, subscribe to the Pat Has Your Back channel for more tech training content and technical know-how. As an administrator, you can install two types of printers, local and network. Today, most local printers are connected using USB ports. Network printers can be shared local printers or copy machines that connect directly to the network via Ethernet or wireless. For more information on printers, drivers, and page description languages, you should review the CompTIA A+ Printers and Multifunction Devices Part 2, Multifunction Devices and Settings. Microsoft refers to the physical printer as a print device. Microsoft refers to the logical printer that you define in Windows as the printer. The printer in Windows provides a software interface between the print device and the application, and it loads the print driver that acts as a translator for Windows in the programs running on Windows. Printers are managed in control panel devices and printers, in Windows settings, printers, and scanners. By using print drivers, you don't have to worry about the specifics of the printer's hardware and printer language. When you print a document in Windows, the printer uses the logical printer and printer driver to format the document into a form that is understood by the printer, including rendering it into a printer language such as HP's Printer Control Language or Adobe's PostScript to create an enhanced metafile EMF. The print job is then sent to the local spooler, which provides background printing, allowing you to print and queue additional documents while your first document is being printed. If the print job is being sent to the local printer device, it temporarily saves it to the local hard drive spool file. When the printer is available, it then sends the print job to the local print device. If Windows determines that the job is for a network print device, Windows sends the job to the print server spooler. The print server spooler saves it to the print server's hard drive spool file. Print servers could be servers running Windows, Linux, or other operating systems, or can be built into the print device or copy machine. Then when the network print device becomes available, the job prints on the network print device. Here's a picture showing the print process. First, on the PC workstation, the application takes the document and renders it using the Windows GDI or XPS engine. Second, the local print spooler intercepts it. If it's a standard USB printer, the local driver handles it immediately. However, if it's a network printer, the job is routed to a dedicated print server. The server spooler takes over, manages the queue, uses the server-side driver, and sends the final data to the shared multifunction device. Essentially, the spooler acts as a vital shock absorber between software speed and hardware speed. Most of the time when you connect a USB printer to a Windows computer, Windows will automatically see the printer and install the appropriate drivers. Other times you may need to install a printer package that you get with the printer or download from the printer manufacturer. In Windows 10, you can install and manage printers with control panel devices and printers, or Windows settings, Bluetooth and devices, printers and scanners. In Windows 11, you can install and manage printers with Windows settings, Bluetooth and devices, printers and scanners. If you open the control panel and click Devices and Printers, you'll open the Windows settings, Bluetooth and devices. In Windows 10, you can install local printers using the control panel's devices and printers. To start the Add Printer wizard, click Add a Printer. If the printer is found, click the printer and click Next. If the printer is not found, click the Printer that I want isn't listed option. On the Find a Printer by Other Options page, select Add a Local Printer or Network Printer with manual settings and click Next. On the Choose a Printer port, use an existing port or create a new port and click Next. On the Install the Printer driver page, select the manufacturer and printer. If your printer is not listed, click the Have Disk button so that you can navigate to drivers that you have downloaded or received with the printer. Click Next. When the Type a Printer Name page appears, specify the name of the printer. Click Next. On the printer sharing page, specify the share name. You can also specify the location or comments. Although Windows 10 supports long printer names and share names, including spaces and special characters, it is best to keep names short, simple, and descriptive. The entire qualifying name, including the server name, for example, //server1 /HP4100N-1 should be 32 characters or less. When a printer is successfully added, you can print the standard Windows test page by clicking the Print a Test Page button. Click Finish. In Windows 10, you can install printers that connect directly to the network using the control panel's devices and printers. To start the Add Printer wizard, click Add a Printer. When the Add a Device wizard opens, click the Printer that I want isn't listed option. Click the Add a Local Printer or Network Printer with Manual Settings options and click Next. Select the Create a New Port option. For the type of port, select Standard TCP/IP port and click Next. On the Type of Printer hostname or IP address page, in the hostname or IP address text box, type the IP address of the printer. The port name will automatically fill in based on what you type in the hostname or IP address text box. The Query Printer and Automatically Select the Driver to Use option is already selected. Click Next. If the device cannot connect to the printer on the Additional Port Information Required page, select the type of network card that the printer is connected to and click Next. If the driver model cannot be detected, you will have to select the appropriate driver. On the Install the Printer driver page, select the manufacturer and printer. If your printer is not listed, click the Have Disk button so that you can navigate to drivers that you have downloaded or received with the printer. Click Next. If a driver already exists on the system, you will be prompted to use the same driver or replace the current driver. Click Next. When the Type of Printer name page appears, specify the name of the printer and click Next. On the printer sharing page, specify the share name. You can also specify the location or comments. Although Windows 10 supports long printer names and share names, including spaces and special characters, again, it is best to keep names short, simple, and descriptive. The entire qualifying name, including the server name, should be 32 characters or less. When the printer is successfully added, you can print the standard Windows test page by clicking the Print a Test Page button and click Finish. It is recommended that network printing uses static IP addresses or DHCP reservations to ensure that the printer will always have the same IP address. If you cannot print to a network printer, it could be because the IP address of the printer was pointed to has changed or the DNS record of the printer is not correct. To install local printers using Windows settings, open Windows Settings, Bluetooth and Devices, Printers and Scanners. Click Add Device. If printer is not found, click Add manually. This opens the Control Panel's Add Printer wizard. Shared printers can be listed in Active Directory by opening the printer properties of the printer, selecting the Sharing tab, and selecting the List in the Directory option. Shared printers use SMP for sharing. You can navigate to the UNC for the printer, double-click the printer, and it will install the network printer for you and your respective drivers. Printer properties allows you to configure how the printer is connected to your computer, if the printer is shared, and how the printer is configured for the individual using the printer. Printer properties will vary from printer to printer. To open printer properties, you would open Windows Devices and Printers, right-click the printer and click Printer Properties. You can also open Windows Settings, Bluetooth and Devices, Printers and Scanners, click the printer and click Printer Properties. The General tab allows you to change the name of the printer for the computer. Specify location or comment for the printer, display the model driver, display features of the printer, and allows you to print a test page. Preferences allows you to specify the orientation such as portrait or landscape and number of pages per sheet. Advanced printer preferences will specify if the document will be printed in color or not, assuming it is a color printer, and which tray to use if the printer has more than one paper tray. The Sharing tab allows you to share or disable sharing of the printer and to specify the share name of the printer. Since the shared printer acts as print server, you can load additional drivers for different versions of Windows so that the server can provide the proper drivers to those versions of Windows that may be different than the hosting computer. An end user can now spool a print job to a remote printer even if they are not connected to the print server that hosts the printer. The client-side rendering feature makes it possible for a user to spool and render a print job locally. When the client computer can establish a connection to the print spooler, the rendered print job is automatically sent to the print server for printing. Ports allow you to specify which port you will print through to the printer. You would rarely come in and change the port for local printers. However, if you're connecting to a network printer and the IP address changes, you may need to change or configure a port or add a port. The Advanced tab specifies when the printer is available, allows you to change the driver, and specifies how the print jobs can be spooled to the printer. The Security tab allows you to configure print permissions. The print permissions allows users to send documents to the printer. By default, the print permission is assigned to the Everyone group. The Manage this printer permission allows users to modify printer settings and configurations, including the ACL itself. The Manage document permissions provides the ability to cancel, pause, resume, or restart a print job. By default, all users can pause, resume, restart, and cancel their own documents. If you need to restrict who can print to the printer, you remove the Everyone group and add another group or user and assign the Allow Print permissions to the group or user. It's still recommended that you use groups instead of users. As with file permissions, you can also deny print permissions. Device settings will vary from printer to printer. Printer settings and Windows settings mostly connect you to the control panel options. Printer Properties opens the Devices and Printers Printer Properties. Printer Preferences opens Devices and Printers Printing Preferences. Hardware Properties opens the devices under Device Manager, and More Devices and Printer Settings opens Devices and Printers. A print job is a file or set of files that have been sent to the printer. The printer then processes the file or files and prints the documents. The print job specifies which printer is supposed to print to, the media size, number of copies, and the priority. On occasion, you might accidentally send a print job that you didn't mean to, or you might decide that it's not necessary to print a job. In that situation, you need to delete the print job from the print queue. To view the print queue, open Control Panel and open Devices and Printers. Double-click the printers to which you want to view the print jobs, waiting to print, or right-click the printer and click See What's Printing. The print queue shows information about a document such as print status, owner, and number of pages to be printed. To pause a document, open the print queue, right-click on the document you want to pause, and select Pause. If you want to stop printing the document, right-click on the document that you want to stop printing and select Cancel. If you want to cancel the printing on more than one document, hold down the Control key, select each document, right-click, and then select Cancel. The print spooler is an executable file that manages the printing process, which includes retrieving the location of the correct print driver, loading the driver, creating individual print jobs, and scheduling the print jobs for printing. When the print device is available, the spooler retrieves the next print job and sends it to the print device. By default, the spool folder is located at C:\System32/System/spool/printers. If you have a server that handles a large number of print jobs or several large print jobs, make sure the driver of the spool folder has sufficient disk space. If you're able to print and then you cannot print, check the status of the print queue, including the status of the printer and the print queue. To change the location of the spool folder in Windows 10, perform the following steps. Open Control Panel and open View Devices and Printers. Click a printer and select the Print Server Properties button. Click the Advanced tab. If necessary, click Change Advanced Settings. On the Advanced tab, specify the new location and then click OK. To change the location of the spool folder in Windows 11, perform the following steps. Open Windows Settings, Bluetooth and Devices, Printers and Scanners. Under Related Settings, click Print Server Properties. Click the Advanced tab. If necessary, click Change Advanced Settings. On the Advanced tab, specify the new location and then click OK. On occasion, the print spooler might freeze or become unresponsive. You can restart the print spooler by following these steps. Open a Services console located in the Administrator or Windows Tools. Right-click Print Spooler and then click Restart. You can also stop and restart the service. If you're able to print one moment and then the next moment and printers are no longer displayed in your applications, you can try restarting the print spooler. Question: what protocol is used when you share a printer in Windows? Answer: SMB. Question: in Windows, what is a logical printer known as? Answer: printer. Question: in Windows, what is the physical printer known as? Answer: printer device. Question: what is the easiest way to connect to a shared printer? Answer: navigate to the server using File Explorer and double-click the printer. Question: you have been printing to a network printer for several months. However, you need to point to a new IP address for the printer. What do you need to change? Answer: the printer port. Question: what is the following would you not check if you can no longer print to your local printer? Answer: print permissions. For more information, visit these sites. In summary, today most local printers are connected using USB ports. Network printers can be shared local printers or copy machines that connects directly to a network via Ethernet or wireless. Microsoft refers to the physical printer as a print device. Microsoft refers to the logical printer that you define in Windows as the printer. Printers are defined Windows settings, printers and scanning, and control panel devices and printers. A print job is a file or set of files that have been sent to the printer. The print spooler is an executable file that manages the printing process, which includes retrieving the location of the correct print driver, loading the driver, creating the individual print jobs, and scheduling the print jobs for printing. On occasion, the print spooler might freeze or become unresponsive. You can restart the print spooler. Thank you for watching this video. This completes the Windows Services series of videos. The next series will be Linux. If you like this video, click the like button, and if you have not already, subscribe to the Pat Has Your Back channel. Thank you.